Okay, quick little cam update here. I spoke with a few cam manufacturers over the past few days, and they were pretty sure that the displacement on demand lobes on a displacement on demand cam have different ramps than the non-displacement on demand lobes do. So they were pretty sure that you can't use the displacement on demand cam with normal lifters. And they also referred me to a company that I never heard of before, but apparently been around for a long time, called Cam Motion. So I called them. I talked to them for quite a while. Actually, they were very knowledgeable about this. He told me that the ramp on the displacement on demand lobes is actually more aggressive than the non displacement on demands, and I told him what I came up with when I did my preload test, and he said definitely not running enough lifter preload for these LS7 lifters either. Right now I have it rigged up so that I can, this connector is actually what goes to the key for start, and I just have this connected to the battery, so I can just spin it over pretty easy. Check the preload on the lifters by how many turns it takes from when you take up the slack on the lifter to when the bolt on the rocker arm actually seats and tightens down. So yeah, after talking to him for a while, told him what the car was, what we're doing, and the fact that it really needs to idle and run in bumper-to-bumper traffic well. That's a primary concern. So basically we're going from bumper-to-bumper traffic with stick shift car to, full throttle track day. So luckily they design cams, and so within about 15 minutes he came up with a really good grind for this. It's going to be 587 lift on both exhaust and intake, and a 220 degree duration on the intake at 50 thousandths and 230 on the exhaust, with a lobe separation angle of 116, which is actually what this cam in this already has, and plus 4 degrees of advance are built into the cam already. That will make it idle really smooth, but still, I mean, you got more than 100 thousandths more lift than what this cam already has. And let's see, more than 20 degrees more duration on both sides, 20 degrees and almost 30 degrees on the other side. So that's going to enable this thing to idle really nicely in traffic for running around in bumper to bumper traffic, but it's still going to give a whole lot more power than what it has right now. So it should be interesting. The only real problem is I gotta wait 4 weeks for it because they have to make it. So yeah, so we're probably just gonna put this back together right now, probably not drive it much. He said that, it won't hurt anything, but he said the way it is, but he wouldn't be revving it to like 5,000 or 6,000 RPMs the way it is, because you could possibly put some premature wear on these LS7 lifters. So there, we got a definite answer. We have a definite plan to move forward. Unfortunately, I definitely don't feel like tearing the front of this car apart, but it's the price you got to pay for what you want. So at sometime in about a month or so, we'll be trying to figure out how to get the cam out of this thing without taking the engine out of the car, which I'm not even sure is possible, but hopefully if we pull the nose panel off, pull the radiator out, and a couple other things, maybe we can get this cam out of here. I mean, the final resort would be taking the bumper cover off. But if any of the steel bulkheads cross where the cam is on the engine, and I'm not sure if they do or not, I won't find out till I take it apart. You know, we're going to have to at least drop the engine down to get the cam to come out. So that'll be a fun exercise. But in the meantime, we got to put this back together, and I actually have the horn ring parts and the airbag clock thing that goes on the steering column now, so I can put that stuff in. There's a couple other little things we got to do to this thing for it to pass inspection, and it has an appointment to get inspected next Wednesday. So wish me luck. Hopefully it gets an inspection sticker on it, and then we can move on from there. Hopefully get this thing finished sometime soon.